Fam, I've watched a lot of Jordan reaction videos from LeBron fans, and what I found is this. Even with clear logic, clear statistical evidence, these people will say that Earth is flat, fam. Period. However, once in a while, I'll come across one of these young guys who get it. Just gets it. Who put aside their emotional connections and they get to see the truth on their own. No coercing, just hit with facts and statistics, and they're like, okay. Groovy from the SHELOVEGROOVY YouTube channel is one of those dudes. And today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to react to Groovy's video reaction to one of the best GOAT debate videos on YouTube between Jordan and LeBron. Groovy is a hardcore LeBron fan, like straight up and down. But the one thing you can appreciate about the kid is his honesty and his fairness. It's about 60 minutes long, but with the added context of somebody who saw it with his own eyes. This reaction video will really make you either reconsider who you have as the GOAT or just affirm your GOAT choice even more. Get out your popcorn, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you support, and check out the video. Let's get it.
Them highlights was OD though.
Yo, I give you much respect. You know why? Because I didn't see Will, I didn't see Pistol Pete, I didn't see Oscar Robertson, and I didn't see Pistol Pete. I would have loved to see Pistol Pete. I didn't see Dr. J. I didn't see Connie Hawkins. A lot of these, I didn't see Will, Bill Russell. I didn't see none of these guys. So for the greatness that everybody talked about them in that capacity, I wasn't privy to it. So it's hard. I give it to you. And we didn't have the access that we have now of being able to see film. You getting to see Jordan, and that still doesn't, what you seeing on film and highlights is not even, it's probably 1/3 of what it really was. Facts.
Them highlights was OD, bro. Jordan was him. I ain't gonna lie. Looked like Jordan used to kill the Utah Jazz all the time.
Jordan killed everybody, fam. Everybody. Didn't matter who you was. Period. Everybody.
All right, let's see, man. Who the GOAT?
Jordan versus LeBron. LeBron versus Jordan. It's a debate that has captured the public's attention for the last several years, especially after this moment in 2016, when LeBron James beat the Golden State Warriors to win the 3rd championship of his career.
That's crazy.
In LeBron's own words,
that one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That's what I felt. Reasons. I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
What kind of ignorant shit says that, man? Now that I'm really watching it again, yo, that is so ignorant and so disrespectful to the legends of the past. You never played the legends of the past. So how could you utter that out your mouth? Not only that, right? Everything had to line up. The guards, the basketball guards. Iguodala got hurt. Bogut got hurt. Steph was gimpy. Draymond, we know what happened, got suspended for a game. Like, everything lined up for y'all to make that comeback. That was like an impossible comeback. You know what I'm saying? But don't cap like that made you the greatest of all time. Everything had to fall in place. If it doesn't fall in place, y'all would have got waxed. They was up 3-1, fam. Stop it. You dudes. And Groovy, you don't know no better. But this was not the greatest comeback against the greatest team. That wasn't their team, fam.
But did it? Wow. Is everything since that moment simply icing on LeBron's cake?
I ain't gonna lie though. Beating the Warriors team. What was the Warriors? What was their record? 72-9 or some crazy 73 and something crazy. They only lost 9 games that whole season, and then he came back 3, and then he came back 3-1, and then he came back down 3-1 to beat these niggas. That's tough though, bro. Jordan fans, come on now. Give Bron some credit a little bit.
Fam, see, you overdoing it. You really overdoing it. As I stated, check the resume. Look at all of the events surrounding what happened. Stop doing that. Go a little deeper, fam. That's all I'm gonna say to you.
That was tough. Because they was stacked.
Was LeBron destined to finish his career in Michael Jordan's shadow? We've all heard the arguments from LeBron supporters.
He's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster,
For sure.
he's more durable.
And from Jordan supporters.
Michael Jordan was merely 6-0 with 6 MVPs in the finals.
But the GOAT
That is
debate
tough,
isn't
too.
as simple as the pundits make it seem. There are a number of factors
6-0 in the
relevant in
finals.
determining the greatest basketball player of all time. In fact, I would say there are 5 things that really matter when determining the GOAT of any sport. These criteria are, in no particular order, accomplishments,
Okay.
longevity,
Longevity,
winning,
Brian. Jordan.
statistics,
Brian.
and what we'll refer to in this video as the eye test.
Okay.
And to be the GOAT, you don't need to be the best in any specific category, but you need to be pretty good across the board.
For sure.
So simply winning 7 championships, like Robert Horry did, isn't enough to get you into the conversation.
That's crazy. You won
When we're
7?
finished with this
I did
video,
not know that.
it'll be plainly obvious that one guy comes out on top. But before we get started, I want to clarify that this is not a comparison of legacies. It's about who was the better basketball player. If we were
Okay.
talking about legacies, Jordan's is nearly untouchable. Not only did he lead basketball to global popularity, he helped
Yeah.
transform Nike into an empire,
I do agree with that.
changed the way players played and how they dressed,
Yeah.
and he even made it cool for guys to be bald. And while those things certainly contribute to MJ's iconic status, they don't make him a better player on the court.
I do agree
So
with
let's
that, though.
evaluate the
Jordan definitely
criteria
has
that
more
matter.
influence on
And
the
we'll
game.
start with individual accomplishments. Take a look.
MVPs.
Jordan had more regular season MVPs, twice
Wow,
as many
didn't know
finals
that.
MVPs,
Didn't know that.
9 more scoring titles,
Damn.
and several more selections to the NBA's all-defensive team, including once being named Defensive Player of the Year.
Damn. I did not know.
Fam. Yo, look at this discrepancy. This is crazy. 10 scoring titles, all in a row, to his 1, right? 9 first team. They don't list that. First team or NBA or defense. LeBron got 6 NBA or defenses, but it's not even 6 first team. They don't tell you that. It's only 3 first team. Then I think it's 2 second team and 1 third team. Or it might be 3 second team, something of that nature. But I know he only has 3 first team or defenses in his illustrious 22-year career. What? Mike had 9, no second team, nothing. Do you see? So it's basically 9 and 3. What are we talking about here, y'all? What are we talking about? He was giving it to you on both ends of the floor. Pause. Stop playing.
Know that, bro. This nigga had 10 scoring titles? Damn.
LeBron has more All-Star appearances, but that's largely due to his having played more seasons.
Bro, he's been in the league for a quarter of a century, of course. And the way the media pumps him up, what you think is going to happen?
My God.
In fact, when taking into account retirements and
He did
major
play more
injuries,
seasons.
Jordan essentially played 13 seasons compared to 17 seasons for LeBron, making
Wait.
Jordan significantly an accomplishment.
Jordan played 13 seasons? Ain't no way he played only 13 seasons. Say you swear.
All
I swear, my boy. Right? Facts. Right? But you see what he did in 13 seasons, 12 seasons, 11 with the Bulls, right? He did more in 11 seasons than what LeBron has done in 22 seasons. What part of the game is that?
the more impressive. And that's to say nothing of MJ's brilliant college career, which saw him twice named All-American and once awarded College Player of the Year, at a time when the country's best players actually went to college. So regardless of whether you're a LeBron fan or MJ fan, you have to give the accomplishments checkmark to Jordan.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna get at the
second
Jordan.
criteria in our GOAT analysis is
10 scoring
longevity.
titles is crazy.
And this one is also a no-brainer, but this time in favor of LeBron.
LeBron, yeah.
Not only has LeBron played more seasons in the league, but he's had a longer peak than Jordan.
Definitely.
Jordan's peak lasted about 10.
Right. Are we going to talk about the PEDs, allegedly? Huh? Nobody, I guess nobody with a brain finds it weird that he smokes everybody his age that ever played the game. Like, it's not even close. It's way like it's not even every 40-year-old that ever played in the game. Like, it's not even, he didn't have some help. You don't find that peculiar? Nah. Okay, carry on.
10 years, whereas LeBron's peak has lasted 16 years and is still going. And he's been incredibly durable during that time, missing significant time to injury only in 2019. That said, the claim that LeBron has been much more durable than Michael has been a bit overblown. Consider that Jordan played in at least 80 regular season games 11 times in his career, including all 82 games an incredible 9 times. Compare that to LeBron, who played in at least 80 regular season games just twice, and in all 82 games just once. So both LeBron and Jordan get high marks.
Yo, see, nobody talks about that. Jordan played in 82 game season 9 times. How bananas is that? Where if you think about how physical that era was, that's bananas. A 6'6", 200-pound guard, huh? Like Iverson. Iverson was stone tough, small stature, but the biggest heart you ever seen in life. Huh? And this dude, your king, your GOAT, 6'9", 250, 260, all muscle. He can't play in 82 games 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Huh? How many times the fans came to the game to see him and he's sitting on the side drinking wine, chilling, mocking people and doing all of this extra stuff? Come on, man. What kind of GOAT is that? Stop playing. Stop,
for their durability, but winning. As we all know, Jordan won 6 championships.
6.
LeBron has won 3. Jordan is
4
6-0
now.
in the NBA Finals. LeBron is 3-6. Yes,
6
LeBron
and
has
0
made
is
the
tough.
finals 9 times compared to only 6 times for Jordan. But let's.
He said, Groovy said 6-0 is tough. You know what's even tougher that you're fair? There's 2 things about that, right? Listen. 2 3-piece, bruh. You hear all of the pundits, you know what they say? Yo, you got to be lucky. You have to be lucky to win 1 championship. Your man won 3. Sat down, took off time because his father was brutally murdered. So he walked away from the game, went to play baseball for a minute, right? Came back. What he did? Another 3-peat. Who does that? And he dusted all of his opponents off in 6 games in the final rounds. What? It never even made a game 7? Bruh, that's just insane. Who else? What happened to the Golden State Warriors team? Could they 3-peat once? They supposed to be so great. What happened? Huh? You need to stop this comparison.
Let's not pretend that making the finals is the same thing, or even close to the same thing,
As
as
winning.
winning a title.
Yeah.
Take a prime example from another sport, the Buffalo Bills. They're the only team in NFL history to appear in 4 consecutive Super Bowls. But is there a single player or fan of that team that wouldn't trade all 4 of those appearances for just 1 Super Bowl?
Damn, I didn't even know that. Damn,
Frankly,
Bills.
talk to any fan whose team lost the season's final
What
game
the hell?
and ask them how they felt afterward. Almost universally, their feelings are of
Nah,
sadness,
6-0 in the finals
anger,
is
and disappointment.
super tough. Like,
And that's just the fans.
damn.
With no game 7. With no game 7, bruh. Add that to it.
For players, those feelings are only magnified. Listen to Charles Barkley talk about losing in the NBA Finals.
And I was just in shock when it was over because I was frustrated because I couldn't wheel my team past Michael and the Bulls. And first of all, I don't think I've ever gotten over it, number one.
Wow.
But that was traumatic. And
I gotta watch some of
it's painful.
Charles
So we
Barkley
can all
highlights.
stop with this false equivalence
But
between
that's tough,
winning
though.
the championship
I heard
and finishing
Barkley was a great
runner-up.
player, but he just never won a
In the
ring.
words of Herm Edwards,
you play to win the game. Hello?
For sure.
You play to win the game.
Of course.
now back to Jordan and LeBron. As mentioned, on basketball's biggest stage, the NBA Finals, Jordan was 6-0. LeBron was 3-6. And frankly, that doesn't even show how lopsided their records really are. In terms of individual finals games, Jordan was 24-11.
Whoa.
LeBron is 18-31.
That's an
and
interesting
that's because in
stat.
4 of his 6 finals losses,
Do that make any sense in finals games? 24-11. What he said, 18-31? Yo! I don't even know why I'm doing this video. That just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, man. Like, what are we talking about here?
LeBron's team hasn't even been competitive.
Damn.
Twice he got swept, and 2 other times he lost 4-1. That includes being on the wrong side of the 2 most lopsided finals by margin of loss in NBA history. Of course, LeBron fans will tell you that the only reason for LeBron's poor finals record
Yo, Groovy's face is killing me. Look at Homeboy's face. He's like, yo, this can't be life right now. Yeah, fam. And I don't take pleasure in this because it's crazy, but you LeBron fan stands are like, you're going to, you're like, the juice is very strong.
KD
that
was
his
cooking
competition
Bron in the
was so
final,
tough.
this finals, right?
Ironically, some of these same fans criticized Jordan for losing early in his career to a Celtics team stacked with 5 Hall of Famers, and they conveniently gloss over the fact that LeBron reached the finals.
Oh, yeah. I saw that in the comments, too. Somebody said Jordan couldn't beat Larry Bird in the finals, or somebody said Jordan couldn't beat Larry Bird in the playoffs or something like that. Like, somebody gave a crazy stat in the comment section. But y'all let me know in the comments, is that true? And I got to react to some Larry Bird highlights, too, because I heard he was cold.
Many times, in part, because the competition in his own conference.
Larry Bird was cold. One of the coldest, fam. But you know what I don't understand? What the is wrong with you dudes? So what Larry Bird beat Mike? So what Isaiah Thomas beat Mike? So what? Everybody get beat. But you know what Mike didn't do? You know what he didn't do? He didn't get frustrated. He didn't quit. He didn't run from the smoke. He didn't jump on another man's sausage and go to another man's city to learn how to win. You know what he did? He got in the gym. He got stronger. He trained with his guys harder. You feel me? And he came back and he destroyed. But he didn't just destroy. He dominated. Can you say the same for your boy? What happened? How you go to another man's city because you couldn't win? I can't win. Let me go team up. Let me create a super team. Jesus Christ.
Was so weak.
Damn,
During the vast majority of his career, LeBron played in what many dubbed the Leastern Conference because the East was so much weaker than the West. On the other hand, during Jordan's playing days, the East was generally considered the stronger conference, as Jordan had to battle through hard-fought rivalries against the Bad Boy Pistons, Patrick Ewing's Knicks, Shaq Penny-led Magic, and Reggie Miller's Pacers. That said, if you want to blame LeBron's failure in the finals on the level of his competition, I won't argue with you. But let's also not blow it out of proportion. If you look at the average number of wins of their finals opponents, you'll see that LeBron's finals opponents averaged 60.8 wins per season, whereas Jordan's finals opponents averaged 61.2 wins per season.
It's close.
So as it turns out, both players face stiff competition in the finals. But a big reason we don't hold the 93 Suns, the 96 Sonics, or the 98 Jazz in the same regard as some of LeBron's finals opponents is because, unlike LeBron's adversaries, Jordan's opponents never actually won the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Wow, that's a good
which
point.
goes to my original point, that the difference between winning the title
That's a good
and
point.
finishing runner-up is huge.
That's a good
and
point.
The
I ain't
reason
gonna lie.
those teams never won the title? This guy.
Wow.
Look.
All right, so who won on LeBron's watch? Steph was bodying the dude. They got, matter of fact, that's what the comparison should be. Steph and LeBron. You heard? Because what happened? Kawhi won one. Who else? Can't remember. But still, like, what? Dallas. Yeah. Come on, man. Knock it off. Knock it off.
I'm not trying to say that Jordan's opponents were as good as the Warriors teams that LeBron faced 4 times in the finals. The truth is that Jordan never played a juggernaut quite like that. But there's a pretty good reason for
That's
that.
what I'm saying, though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all boys, man. That 73-9 team, whatever the record was, 73-9 Warriors team, to go down 3-1 in the finals and come back, though, that has to be the greatest finals run of all time. I'll say that.
Groovy, you dragging it, fam. I told you, you dragging it. The basketball guards aligned perfectly for this dude. He must have made a deal with the devil. Draymond got suspended. Bogut was hurt. Iguodala wasn't at full strength. Steph wasn't at full strength. And it took a game 7, like it was a miracle. Like Kyrie hit the game-winning shot. So stop, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kyrie played out his mind. He never played like that again in his career. Bruh, it's not that serious.
Like, y'all gotta give credit when credit is due. Give Bron his credit. OGs, I know the OGs watching the video. Give Bron his credit, bro. That has to be the most impressive finals run of all time. Listen, come on, give Bron that at least. You feel me? Because they had Steph, but bro, you know the team, bro. Look it up. You know the team, bro. The team was stacked. They won 73 games, bro. It's the best regular season record in NBA history. And to come back and beat them is crazy, bro. That's tough.
Jordan's Bulls were the juggernaut. They were the team winning 70-plus games. They were the team with the target on their back every year. And as the Warriors showed us, that's not an easy place to be. As great as the Warriors were, they were never able to string together 3 consecutive championships. Jordan's Bulls did it twice. So what's the greater achievement? Beating the juggernaut or being the juggernaut?
Being the juggernaut or beating the juggernaut? That's a good question, too. What's more impressive? I don't know. That's a good point too, though. But beating though the juggernaut, going down 3-1 against all odds, against arguably.
Bro, you giving me a headache with this. Like, you too stuck on this, man. Look at the circumstances, bruh. Like, come on, man. Like, you overdoing it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I appreciate your candidacy, and you do think about it better than a lot of these reaction dudes, because they just lost. I give you a lot of respect. But you overdoing, you dragging this 73-9, I bet. Come on, you're dragging it.
Arguably the greatest regular season team in NBA history. I don't know. That's impressive as hell, bro.
Or to be more specific, beating the juggernaut 1 time out of the 4 times you faced them? Or being the juggernaut year after year after year?
That's a good point, though.
And then doing it again, year
after year. Yeah.
There's no doubt that LeBron's victory over the 73-win Warriors was the highlight of his career.
That was the highlight.
But it's not the first time that an underdog has won the championship. And there actually have been much bigger underdogs who ended up winning the title. But how many times have we seen a player lead his team to 6 championships in 8 years?
6 championships in 8 years? Damn.
I give you another nugget, too. During that time, I believe it's from 91 to 98, 7 years span, they never lost more than 2 games in a row, fam. Do you understand? They never lost more than 2 games in a row for 7 seasons.
I didn't know that, though. Like, that's crazy. What? Nah, bro. And to go 6-0 is... Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a biased dude, bro. And I give, like I said in the intro, I do give credit when credit is due. I would rather be 6-0 in the finals than to just have that 1 year that, that I'm just the underdog and I just, pull out the victory and just pull this mission impossible achievement. You know what I'm saying? 6-0 in the final. I would take that. I would rather be that guy.
Only Bill Russell's Celtics ever accomplished that feat in the NBA when they incredibly won 11 championships in 13 seasons. However,
11 championships in 13 seasons? Damn, Bill Russell? What the hell? But I ain't gonna lie. I seen somebody in the comments saying Bill Russell was playing plumbers. Him and Wilt Chamberlain. What y'all think about that in the comments? Hey, look, no disrespect to the OGs, the legends of the game, but like, come on, let's be honest. The competition level back then in the, what was that, the 70s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, the competition level wasn't its thousands in the, the 2010s.
Back then, there was an average of less than...
Bro, first of all, don't ever disrespect the legends. All right, and don't laugh at that plumbers and that statement is so ignorant. And JJ Redick is the one. It's his fault that y'all even started down that path. But Groovy, I want you to think about something. You see all the luxuries and things that you enjoy today. What you think? You think you'd be able to enjoy that if you was still a slave fan? Huh? Can you imagine your mother being raped, your sister being raped, you getting whipped lashes for being disobedient to your master? Well, let me explain something to you. The people that came before you sacrificed their lives, all right, so that you can live the way that you live now. Same thing in basketball. These dudes that came before, the legends, you got to put some respect on it, fam. And they played by different rules. These dudes were amazing, right? Now, with Will and Bill, I would say this in terms of the talent pool. The ABA and the NBA didn't merge until later on in their career, so they didn't get to play the best in the country, the best bigs in the country. It was very limited, so I will say that. But don't make fun of it, because at the end of the day, you play what's in front of you, and they dominated whatever was in front of them, period. Put some respect on it, fam. Because actually, the conversation should be between Mike and Will, if anything. I don't even know how this dude's got it. No, I know how he got into the conversation. Because y'all are brainwashed.
And 10 teams in the league,
and
only a couple rounds of playoffs, so it was considerably easier to win a title.
Yeah, exactly.
And no player, not even Bill Russell, ever had a run of winning 25 of 26 playoff series, as Michael Jordan did.
Damn, bro.
And Michael's pattern of winning goes beyond the NBA. Let's not forget that Jordan has never won anything but gold in the Olympics, and he also earned an NCAA championship, in which he hit the first of 2 iconic championship-winning shots in his career. All that is to say, when it comes to winning, the checkmark clearly goes to Jordan.
Damn, I did not know Jordan won an NCAA championship. And in the Olympics, he only won gold. He never had a silver or bronze medal. That's impressive. And 6-0 in the finals?
With no game 7.
Yeah, got to give it to Jordan.
On to the fourth GOAT criteria, statistics. This one is a bit more complicated. I mean,
you gotta get us on LeBron.
Statistically evaluate 2 players who played in different eras under different rules at different positions. One way of doing it is to simply look at the 8 traditional statistics of basketball.
Okay, let's see.
Points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and turnovers. We'll focus on per game stats rather than cumulative stats.
Okay,
since
per game.
Cumulative stats, such as total career points and total career assists, really speak to longevity, which is already its own category of the GOAT analysis. Per game stats, on the other hand, is
per
more
game
apples to
stats.
apples
Okay,
comparison.
this is gonna be interesting. It's per
looking
game.
at the 8 traditional stats, we see that Jordan leads LeBron in 5 of them: points per game, steals per game, blocks per game, free throw percentage, and fewer turnovers. LeBron leads in the other 3: assists per game, rebounds per game, and field goal percentage. But that's a pretty simplistic way of looking at statistics. What if we...
Bro, look at this. Look at this. Look at the assists. All right, so LeBron has 2 more assists than Jordan, right? But look at the turnovers. Jordan got 3, LeBron got 4, or 2.5, 3. So LeBron has 1 more turnover than Jordan. So you could take, like, look at the rebounds, though. He averages 1 more rebound than Jordan, and you 6'9"? Bro, you need to stop. Of course, he's 6'9". Of course, he's going to be a better rebounder. Bro, but Jordan has more steals and more blocks. Jordan is shorter, but he has more blocks than LeBron per game. And look at that free throw percent. Yo, y'all look crazy.
Instead, turn to analytics. Probably the most well-known analytics stat is player efficiency rating, or PER for short. This metric was created by respected basketball analyst John Hollinger to give an overall rating to a player's performance based on traditional stats like the ones we just mentioned. Jordan has led the league in PER 7 times, LeBron 6 times.
Okay.
Jordan has finished top 3 in PER 10 times, LeBron 9 times. In fact, Jordan has the highest career PER in both the regular season and the playoffs. Another popular analytics stat is win shares. Jordan has led the league in win shares 8 times, LeBron 5 times. Jordan has finished top 3 in win shares 11 times, LeBron 6 times.
Okay.
And when it comes to win shares per 48 minutes, Jordan has the highest career rating in both the regular season and the playoffs.
Damn.
What about box plus minus? Until recently, LeBron was actually ahead of Jordan in career box plus minus.
My God.
But after the 2017 season gave Russell Westbrook the greatest single-season box plus minus in history by a wide margin, the architect of box plus minus realized that the stat was fundamentally flawed. So he made some changes to improve its formula. As a result, Michael Jordan now has the highest career box plus minus in both the regular season and the playoffs. And lastly, what about value over replacement player, which on its face seems to favor LeBron James?
What the hell?
Well, value over replacement player is a cumulative stat, and as previously noted, cumulative stats speak more to longevity than they do game-to-game dominance.
Okay, makes sense.
That said, according to value over replacement player, Jordan owns 6 of the 9 greatest individual seasons ever played.
Damn.
And on a per-game basis, MJ's career rating in value over replacement player is the highest of all time in both the regular season and the playoffs.
Oh my God.
Are you noticing a theme here? Not only does Jordan beat LeBron in every ratable analytics stat, he consistently ranks as the best ever across
All
the
I
board.
see is first.
Before we move on from analytics, I want to mention a lesser
Bro, as you should. This is the GOAT. What'd you expect?
known stat called game score, another brainchild of John Hollinger. Game score measures a player's performance in a single game, so it won't tell us who's had the better career, but it does provide insight into who's had the greatest games. Now, we only have game score stats since 1983, so you won't see any mentions of Wilt Chamberlain here. That said,
which is unfortunate, as I stated. Wilt and Mike need to be in the conversation. That's it. All the others fall back.
The 100 highest game scores ever recorded, incredibly 19 of them belong to Michael Jordan.
Damn.
In other words, nearly 1 out of every 5 of the best single game performances over the last 4 decades has been by MJ.
Damn.
That includes the highest game score of all time for Jordan's 69.18 rebound masterpiece. Comparatively,
69
LeBron has
points and
had only
18
3 of the
rebounds?
top 100 game scores. When discussing the GOAT, Nick Wright is fond of asking this question.
The aliens come down. You have 1 game to save humanity. Who's your first pick in the history of the world?
Well, Nick, I think we have...
Yo, that dude is a super glazer. I've never seen anybody like him. Like, he made his whole career on being a glazer. That's crazy.
Have our answer. Now that I've
Bro, I'm
finished
getting
drowning you in
schooled right
numbers,
now,
let's
bro.
be
What
real.
the hell?
Hardly anyone watching this video knows how to calculate PER, win shares, box plus minus, value over replacement player, or game score.
Yeah, I don't know what the
And
hell
why
this
should
guy's
you?
talking about,
This
but
is basketball,
he's schooling
not
me.
Goodwill Hunting. So let's go back to the traditional stats that we all know and understand. But
Okay.
this time, let's add context to them.
Okay.
What do I mean by context? Well, some positions are simply better than others at racking up certain stats. Let's take rebounding as an example. In a vacuum, if we simply compare the number of rebounds per game of Brook Lopez and Jason Kidd, we might think that Lopez was the better rebounder. The truth is, relative to their positions, Lopez is statistically one of the worst rebounding centers in NBA history, whereas Kidd is statistically one of the best rebounding guards in NBA history. But even a poor rebounding center can grab more rebounds than a great rebounding guard solely by virtue of their roles on the court. So it makes sense that, to understand the context of a player's stats, we should compare them to the respective positions that they played.
That makes sense.
When comparing LeBron James to the other small forwards who have played at least 500 NBA games,
and then
this
Jordan
is where he
was a
ranks.
shooting guard.
Overall, that's pretty impressive. Now let's see how Jordan compares to all shooting guards who have played at least 500 NBA games.
Let's see. Damn!
As good as LeBron is compared to other small forwards, Jordan is on another level when
Are y'all looking at this, fam? But this is your GOAT? Yo, it's hilarious.
Bro, what
He's
the
darn near the top
hell?
of every major statistical category. And there isn't a single category where LeBron is better than MJ relative to his position,
Oh
other
my
than assists.
God.
So to sum up statistics, whether comparing traditional stats or analytics, and especially when judging these players in the context of the positions they played, Jordan has a noticeable edge over LeBron. As such, we have to give the check mark to Jordan. And that takes us to the last category in our GOAT analysis, the eye test.
What
And
the
to be
hell?
clear, by eye test, I don't mean which of these players is bigger, faster, or jumps higher. None of that is relevant unless we're having a track and field competition. And frankly, if physical measurables mattered, then George Murasan would be in the GOAT conversation. No, what I mean by the eye test is, if you sat an average basketball fan in front of a TV to watch a player in action, what would he notice that the player is and is not great at? Thankfully, I happen to be an average basketball fan, and I've had the privilege of watching both LeBron and Jordan during their playing days.
And before he answered this, bro, Bron do got a couple weaknesses. Free throws. We all know Bron not a great free throw shooter. He's a decent three-point shooter. That's all I can really think of right now.
Bro, the fact that you even conceding that he has weaknesses off the rip, game over. Game over. Except for you fanatics. That's why I give you a lot of credit, Groovy. Like, even though it emotionally tears you apart, you still stand on business.
And then with Jordan, bro, watching his highlights, bro, from the last video, bro, like I said, I ain't see no flaws in his game, bro. Like, he was the whole package. You know what I'm saying? He got the offensive package and he got the defensive package. You know what I'm saying? And from this video, bro, got the stats to back it up too, bro. Like, so as far as the eye test, bro, not being biased at all, coming from a Bron fan, bro, since birth, like, I gotta go with Jordan, bro. Like, I gotta go
Unlike
with
a lot of my fellow YouTubers, I haven't merely relied on highlight videos. Here's what my eyes told me when I saw Michael Jordan play, particularly during his playing days with the Chicago Bulls. He was the best offensive player in the game. He was arguably the best defensive player in the game.
Yeah.
He had the best mid-range game.
Yeah.
He was the best finisher at the rim.
Damn.
He had the best post-up game, which is incredible considering most players who dominated the post were big men.
That's crazy.
He was widely considered the most clutch player in the game. He was regarded by opponents as the fiercest competitor on the court. He was regarded by teammates as the hardest worker in practice. And when all was said and done, amongst the other stars of his generation, he was the greatest winner. Now, when you're playing against the elite of the elite athletes of the world, to be the best at any one of those things is pretty remarkable. But to be the best at all of them, I tell you, it's impossible. But for the fact that we saw Michael Jordan do it. And when it comes to the GOAT debate, that's the biggest hurdle facing LeBron. He's basically being compared to a guy who was great at everything and practically had no weaknesses.
Yeah.
Seriously, judging by the eye test, what's the worst thing we could say about Michael Jordan's game? Probably that he wasn't a very good three-point shooter. Jordan shot 33% from beyond the arc in an era when the average player also shot 33%. So when it came to three-point shooting, he wasn't good, he wasn't bad, he was just average.
Okay.
But remember that Michael played in an age when the three-point shot wasn't a big part of the game. During Jordan's years, teams averaged only 9.5 three-point attempts per game, and Michael himself attempted less than 2 threes per game.
So you telling me a dude who didn't practice threes, he didn't give a shit about shooting threes. He didn't want to shoot threes because he said it took away from his game. It took away. He didn't want to, give the ball up, then go stand in the corner waiting for somebody to pass him the ball so he could shoot a three. You couldn't put pressure on the defense, get the big men in foul trouble, shooting threes. He didn't like it. But he was average. And I got another nugget for you. He's better than LeBron shooting threes in the finals and in the playoffs. Did you know that? Nah, y'all don't know that because y'all are Glazers.
And if being an average three-point shooter is a weakness of Michael's game, well, then we also have to call it a weakness of LeBron's game. The difference is that LeBron plays in an era where the three-point shot is a huge part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
During the years in which LeBron played,
So a dude that practiced threes versus a dude that didn't practice threes and didn't give a shit about threes, and they shoot basically the same percentage? Are you serious?
teams attempted on average over 21 threes per game, and LeBron himself averaged 4.3 three-point attempts per game, or 2.5 times as many as Jordan.
Okay.
Despite the increased emphasis on threes, LeBron's career shooting percentage from beyond the arc is only a hair better than Jordan at 34%.
34?
And it's actually slightly below his peers, who averaged 35% from three during his era. But to reiterate, being an average three-point shooter was by far the worst part of MJ's game. For LeBron, it's not even close.
Wow.
LeBron, in fact, has 4 major weaknesses as a basketball player, each of which is readily apparent to anyone who has actually watched him play.
There you go.
First, he's not a good free throw shooter.
Yeah.
For his career, LeBron has shot around 73.5% from the free throw line, which is pretty poor for a player who handles the ball as much as he does. In fact, many analysts point out that at the end of games, LeBron shies away from driving to the basket because he's afraid of being sent to the line.
Oh, he missed 2?
I don't know whether that's true, but what I do...
Bro, do you know how gangster that is? That even if it's not true, the fact that they think that LeBron runs from the line because he doesn't want the pressure of going to the line and making free throws or hitting free throws, that's crazy. How could you still consider this dude the GOAT? No, y'all are insane.
You know is that the odds of LeBron hitting 2 consecutive free throws is statistically not much better than a coin flip. Jordan, on the other hand, shot a solid 83.5% from the free throw line during his career. And MJ never shied away from contact at the end of games.
Oh my God, that's tough.
LeBron's second weakness is that he's an inconsistent defender. Sure, he's had some years where he was elite defensively, which is evidenced
that's the best
by his
blocking
numerous
NBA history
selections
right
to
there.
the
Come on,
NBA's
y'all.
all-defensive
Give me
team.
that,
But
Jordan
he's
fans.
also had several years where he's practically been a liability on the defensive end.
That's crazy.
Compare
bro.
that to MJ, who during his Bulls days was a consistently elite defender. In fact, Jordan is the only player to rank in the top 5 amongst all guards in both steals per game and blocks per game for his career.
That's impressive.
Additionally, Michael led his position in defensive win shares practically every year that he played for the Bulls, an incredible 10 times. LeBron, comparatively, has led his position in defensive win shares on just 4 occasions.
Damn.
And in 5 of his last 7 seasons,
Why they doing
he
Bron
didn't
like
even
this,
crack
bro? They
the
showing
top
all his
10 at his
bad
position in
plays,
defensive
bro.
win shares. Now,
I know
some
Jordan
will
got some
excuse
bad
LeBron's
plays.
recent fall off on the defensive end as a byproduct of his resting on defense so that he can have more energy on offense. And we can debate the merits of that strategy.
Damn.
But resting on defense is not
They doing
something
my boy
Michael
Bron
Jordan
like
was
that, bro.
ever
Stop showing his
accused of
bad
doing.
highlights, bro.
Heck,
Damn.
even as a 40-year-old, he was busting his tail on the defensive end.
Damn.
But what about the notion that LeBron
Hold on, he was 40 doing that?
busting his tail on the defensive end? And this is a pretty significant flaw for someone claiming to be the GOAT.
Man, why they showing all his air
shooting the ball
balls?
is the quintessential skill in the game of basketball.
They making my
It's the
boy
part of
look
the game
bad,
that
bro.
everyone practices, whether on the playground, at the YMCA, or in the NBA. Now, some people will contend that LeBron is actually a better shooter than Jordan because he has a better career field goal percentage. And yes, LeBron's career field goal percentage is 50.4% compared to Jordan's 49.7%.
Okay.
But recall what I said about placing stats into proper context. To help us understand context when it comes to shooting, allow me to introduce DeAndre Jordan and Tyson Chandler. We all know that DeAndre and Tyson were great rebounders and defenders. But what if I told you that they were also 2 of the greatest shooters of all time? That would be certifiably crazy.
Yeah.
Yet if you look at all the shooting metrics, field goal percentage, effective field goal percentage, true shooting percentage, both of these guys rank near the top in NBA history. Of course, there's an obvious reason
That's
for
crazy.
that. As we all know,
But
both
yes,
DeAndre Jordan
they
and
just
Tyson
dunk.
Chandler
Oops.
take a lot of their shot attempts on dunks, layups, and putbacks, which
Yeah.
are extremely high percentage shots. Well, guess what? So does LeBron James. In fact, every single year of his career, the shot that LeBron James has taken the most has been within 0 to 3 feet from the basket.
Wow.
In other words, dunks, layups, and
That's
putbacks.
an interesting fact.
More than 1 of every 3 of LeBron's shots has been within this point-blank range,
Wow.
which is aided by his playing in an era where it's been relatively easy to get to the rim, particularly when compared to the physical era in which Jordan played. And just like every other player, LeBron is really effective from 0 to 3 feet,
That's
hitting
some good
over
context
73%
right there.
of these shots. But how does LeBron fare from outside this range? According to basketballreference.com, LeBron's shooting percentage from outside 3 feet is 37.5%.
Jesus Christ. That's mid-range, fam. So you go from 50% to 37%? What a joke.
It's even poorer in the playoffs, where he shoots 35.9%. And
Even poorer in the playoffs when it's all for the money? Jesus Christ. And y'all still... What? Huh? Okay.
it gets even worse in close and late situations. In the last 2 minutes of games where the score is within 5 points, LeBron hits only 31.7% of his jumpers. Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that these numbers aren't very good, which is probably why in the 2013
We getting
finals,
schooled
the
right
Spurs'
now. Us
defensive
LeBron
strategy
fans
against
getting
the Heat was
schooled.
to basically dare LeBron James to shoot. And keep in mind, this was against LeBron in his prime. Can you imagine an opposing coach using a similar strategy against MJ? Now, LeBron actually credits the Spurs for forcing him to work on his jump shot, but it's not as if his results have gotten much better since then. Here's LeBron's shooting percentage from outside 3 feet over the last 6 years. Yikes.
Damn.
Well, I'll give him this. He is consistent. For comparison, consider that in the last year of Michael Jordan's career, as an aging player on the Washington Wizards, Jordan shot close to 42% from outside 3 feet. While that's certainly not great, it means that even as a 40-year-old shell of his former self, Jordan was still a better shooter, a far better shooter than LeBron James.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, Basketball Reference doesn't have advanced shooting metrics from Michael.
Yo, do y'all give up now, man? Because this is a beatdown, fam. Matter of fact, I'm gonna skip to the end because this is just too much for y'all.
Our eyes tell us that one player, Michael Jordan,
Oh my
is great
God,
at everything
bro.
and has practically no weaknesses. And the other player, LeBron James, while also having a ton of strengths, has several obvious flaws to his game. And when all is said and done, after analyzing the 5 key factors of being the GOAT, Jordan gets 4 check marks to LeBron's 1, making this GOAT debate, well, not much of a debate at all.
Damn.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that LeBron James is a bad player. He's a phenomenal player.
Thank you.
Personally, I have him on basketball's Mount Rushmore.
Thank you.
Along with Jordan, Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill
Because
Russell.
it seemed like he was just
He's just
bashing
not
this Brash and Brown the whole video.
And just to underscore how good MJ was, let's ignore LeBron and Jordan for a minute and focus on the other 3 players highlighted here, Kareem, Wilt, and Bill Russell. Most would agree that these are the 3 greatest centers in NBA history, and each of them has a strong case to justify his standing among basketball royalty. Wilt is an all-time great because he was an offensive force of nature, and he holds a ton of NBA records. Russell is in the conversation because he was a dominant defender and a perennial champion. Kareem also led his team to numerous titles, and in terms of individual awards and accolades, was the most decorated of the 3. Not to mention, he had the NBA's most unguardable shot.
The hook shot.
Now imagine a center that had all the best qualities from these 3 titans. A player like that would be the basketball equivalent of Thanos. Now add to that player the highest level of intangible attributes, such as a tireless work ethic, unmatched killer instinct, and an ability to deliver in the clutch.
That's Jordan.
And now you'd essentially be looking at Thanos with all of the Infinity Stones. And no one would question whether this player was the greatest of all time. But the truth is, we don't have to imagine such a player. That player already existed.
Wow.
He just happened to be a shooting guard, not a center. When you think about it, Michael Jordan is the real-life version of an overpowered video game character. He had all the qualities we look for in a superstar athlete, and he had it in spades. He's basically Babe Ruth, if Babe Ruth played defense like Willie Mays. And that's why, even in comparison to the other all-time greats, he is truly in a class of his own.
Damn.
Simply put, he's the GOAT.
That's crazy. I just wish I was alive to see this. Literally, like.
Fam, I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, you wasn't there, and trust me, it was something to behold. But shout out to you, bro. You did the best out of all his reaction dudes. I rocks with you.
These highlights is crazy, bro. No flaws. Double clutch, game winner. Like, yeah. Push off, snatch back for a game. Damn, Utah. I don't know what to say after that video, man. I just got schooled for 30 minutes on why Jordan is better than Bron and why Jordan is the GOAT. For real.